oldest children at the junior school have been learning about the local traditions under a Heritage Lottery funded project they were working on called Cambridgshire Roots. They and the other schools in the project were keen to show off their knowledge and restart the tradition in the town.
We have managed to keep the tradition going since then with help from the Heritage Lottery Fund, the county and town councils, and more recently from the Ramsey Junior Fund.
When is Plough Monday?
Plough Monday is on the first Monday after the 12th night or Epiphany. That's the day when the plough boys were meant to go back to work after Christmas, but instead they went around the streets begging for food, drink or money.
They sang and danced, and if the townsfolk didn't reward them, then they'd do nasty things like plough up their front garden or doorstep.
So what happens nowadays?
The whole of the junior school leaves Station Road at around 1 p.m. and proceeds through the town with their straw bear, singing the song that the last practice plough witches taught them. Then perform a selection of molly dances on the Abbey Green.
What is a plough witch?
We know that these traditions were really strong in Ramsey, and we are lucky that a local writer, Sybil Marshall, recorded a lot of local traditions that went on.
And a folklorist called George Frampton went through all the local papers and recorded the dates that Plough Monday customs were reported.
The straw bear was a person that was decked out in straw that went around the local area with molly dancers.
Sybil Marshall wrote a description of the straw bear in her book, A Fenland Chronicle. A party men would choose one of their gangs to be a straw bear, and they'll start dressing him in the morning ready for their travels around the fen at night. They saved some of the strangest, cleanest and shiniest oak straw and found it all over the man, until he seemed to be made of straw from head to foot, with just his face showing. When night came out, they were asking in. The bear would go down on his hands and knees and caper about and sing and so on.
And Sybil Marshall mentioned the molly dancers. She said that the molly dancers would come round the fen from Ramsey and Walton all dressed up. One would have a fiddle and another a dulcimer, or perhaps a concertina, while the rest danced. When did this all go on?
Sybil Marshall was a child in the 1920s, but we know that the custom is much older than that, and that Plough Monday important date to at least as far back as the 1500s. George Frampton found a newspaper reports about Ramsey Plough Monday dated from the early 1860s, but we think that most of the adults stopped going out from around the time of the First World War.
But the custom of begging for treats on Plough Monday was continued by children in the Ramsey Fens at least until the 1960s, a bit like Halloween. These children were called plough witches.
Sybil Marshall wrote about plough witching. We dressed up in anything we could find and blacked our faces with soot from the chimney to disguise ourselves. Then we went to neighbours' houses and capered about on the doorways or sing a song till they opened the door to let us in. There was a special song as we sung while we shook our collecting tin up and down.
Some ladies called Anne and Marlene told us that they still went out plough witching as children and taught children at school the song that we now sing.
Plough Monday came in January, so as soon as we got back to school we would get together and we'd all start singing our little ditty, training as we called it then, our little ditty, which was hole in my stocking, hole in my shoe, please could you spare me a penny or two? If you haven't got a penny, then a halfpenny will do, and if you haven't got a halfpenny, then God bless you.
So we are now in charge of keeping the tradition going.
Yes, Sybil Marshall died a few years ago now, but she said that she reckoned folks are all too educated and clever to take pleasure in such simple things as that nowadays, but it's up to us to continue what our ancestors started.